Good evening and welcome to your weekend edition of Primetime News on TV1. I'm Zeenat Mustafa. Let's take a look at your headlines for tonight.
Youth killed and 2 others reported missing after a boat capsized in Kenya. The life of a child.
Taking a look at one of your headline-making news, one person died and 2 people were reported missing after a boat capsized on a tributary of the Mahabali River in Kenya. The Navy conducted search operations to locate the 2 missing individuals until late evening today.
5 individuals aged 19, 29, 21 and 39 were sailing by a boat on the Upparu River this morning. The group was travelling towards their homes after visiting a nearby island where, according to the police, the group had cultivated crops. The boat capsized about 300 meters away from the riverbed, while one person survived by swimming to the shore. Another individual survived with the support of a group travelling on another boat. The 2 individuals who survived are currently receiving treatment at the Kenya-based hospital. A boat carrying 5 passengers struck on the corner of that bridge. We saw this and rushed to the scene. We were able to save 2 men. We did not have big vessels. If we had a big vessel, we could have saved all of them. During operations conducted by the Navy to locate the remaining 3 members of the group, the remains of one person, aged 19, was discovered. He has been identified as Iqbal Mohammed Ilham, a resident of Pulmude. Our correspondent said the victim was to sit for the GCE ordinary level examination this year. Search operations to locate the missing individuals were conducted until late this evening.
Meanwhile, a tree fell down due to the strong winds that swept through the Skandapuram area in Kilinochchi, killing a 1-year-old child.
The windy condition had started this morning while the grandmother of the child took her outside the house for a bath. The child and her grandmother suffered injuries after a coconut tree fell down onto where they were in. The residents had then taken immediate steps to admit them to hospital. Unfortunately, the doctors were unable to save little Kashvika's life.
The Disaster Management Center said 11,793 people of 116 divisional secretariats have been displaced due to the incessant rains experienced during the past week. Our correspondent said the water level in inundated areas has not receded as yet.
Several areas of the northern province experienced heavy showers during the past few days. When Newsfirst visited many villages in the Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu districts, we witnessed many areas still submerged with water. Due to the opening of the Kilinochchi Iranamadu spill gates, several villages including Murusamudde and Kandawali were inundated, and 28 families residing in the Ayyan Koviladi area have been temporarily relocated to the Murusamudde school. Owing to heavy showers, the Vaktakatchiya main road in Periyekulam, Kilinochchi is also inundated, while 300 locals have been temporarily relocated to the Periyekulam INR College. Currently, 424 people have been temporarily relocated to camps based in Kandawali Mahavidyalaya.
Kilinochchi Mullaitivu district.
Though it rained during the past few days, it did not rain today. Many areas in the district are still inundated. Meanwhile, Newsfirst teams currently touring the district observed more than 1,000 acres in the Puliyamunai area in Mullaitivu submerged with water. Owing to incessant rains, vehicle movement on the Puliyamunai Semmalai main road has been hampered from the 6th of this month.
We now cross over to Newsfirst's Muad Razik for a comprehensive weather update for the next few days.
Thank you, Zeenat. Now, as you speak, right now the country has been battered by adverse weather conditions in the past few days. According to the Met Department's latest release, there are high-risk areas, mainly the parts of the eastern province as well as the Uva province and the central hills have been noted as high-level risk areas, as showers may occur from more than 200 millimeters, mainly in the Ampara, Batiklo, as well as in the Munragala and Uva Menrogla and Badula rather, as well as in the Central Hills. Very heavy showers are reported from these areas, as well as the Central Hills is prone to many landslides, so general public is requested to take precautions, as well as the sea areas will be very rough at times, especially the coast stretching from Batiklo to Pothwil via Gaul and Hambantara will be experiencing wind speeds from 70 to 80 kilometers per hour, and the fishing community are requested to be vigilant mainly when setting off the seas, as the seas will be rough and strong gust winds as well as thunder showers will be experienced during the next few days. And also the Ratnapura as well as Kegol, the whole of Sabaragamuwa and the northwestern provinces will be experiencing showers from 100 to 150 millimeters, as well as the Anuradhapura district as well as the north central province as a whole will be experiencing showers exceeding 150 millimeters. And a special notice has been issued mainly for fishermen to be vigilant, and all the other parts of the Central Hills for the people to take precautions in these adverse weather conditions. So we hope that you be safe and take care in this inclement weather condition.
Taking a look at some more local news. It has been reported that the Swiss embassy staffer, who is in the centre of controversy over being allegedly kidnapped and interrogated, has provided a statement to the Criminal Investigations Department.
On the 3rd of this month, the court ordered that the embassy official be barred from travelling overseas without the approval of the court until the 9th of this month. The order was delivered by Colombo Chief Magistrate Lanka Jayaratna. The Swiss embassy staffer was also ordered to appear before the CID to provide a statement before tomorrow, the 9th of December.
The Chinese Xinhua news agency reported that Sri Lankan Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said yesterday that his government will firmly support and accelerate the development of the Colombo Port City project constructed by China to ensure that it will emerge as a new business hub in the island country.
The Colombo Port City, in a statement following discussions with the Prime Minister, said the Prime Minister pledged to accelerate the implementation of the preferential policies of the Colombo Port City from the government level as early as January 2020 and strive to build a project into a new business card for Sri Lanka at the earliest. The Chinese Xinhua news agency reported the Colombo Port City is Sri Lanka's largest foreign direct investment project and is expected to attract billions of US dollars of investments in the coming years. It added that it will also create 80,000 jobs and will transform Sri Lanka into a regional business and financial hub.
Former chairman of the COPE, Sunil Handuneti, expressed the following views regarding the forensic audit reports into the bond scam.
When the parliamentary sessions recommence, the COPE will be able to do something. But once the parliament is dissolved, the COPE will once again be unable to function. But this recommendation of the Attorney General clearly states that the Governor of the Central Bank has informed that this report must be sent to the members of the COPE and to the Minister of Finance. Finance Minister is the subject minister. The present Minister of Finance is Mahinda Rajapaksa. He can take swift action if he wants. Even tomorrow he can obtain the report from the Governor of the Central Bank. He can summon everyone and take action. Mahinda Rajapaksa has the ability. He has the mandate of the people too, because 6.9 million people voted this government into power because they promised to bring the rogues behind the bond scam before the law.
Now convening a media briefing, UMP parliamentarian Ajit P. Pereira made a request from the government today.
When a new president is appointed, Parliament must be convened as soon as possible, and the president, as the head of the government, must engage in parliamentary proceedings. This is tradition. However, Gotabaya Rajapaksa has delayed parliamentary sessions by 1 month. This is wrong. Now look at the problems within Parliament due to this decision. Gotabaya Rajapaksa slashed and abolished certain taxes. Financial management is a subject of Parliament. Without the approval of Parliament, taxes cannot be increased or reduced. The Parliament will not disapprove any plan proposed by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa that aims to reduce the burden of the general public. We will not oppose his throne speech either. Even though the government does not have the majority in Parliament during the next 3 months, we will not attempt to defeat the government. However, the most important point is that the process to appoint the opposition leader cannot be concluded, as Parliament is due to convene in another month. This is a crime.
Parliamentarian Rajit Pereira also cited a British court order regarding the end of the term of a parliament for nearly a month.
Boris Johnson of UK's ruling party prorogued Parliament to stop the Parliament's influence on Brexit. However, the UK Supreme Court said you cannot prorogue Parliament to achieve political objectives. Even though Parliament was prorogued following the orders of the Queen, the court said it was illegal. Therefore, Parliament convened. What has happened in Sri Lanka is similar to this.
A public protest was held against an illegal sand mining operation conducted in Vadamarachi, Jaffna.
The sand racket was conducted since last Friday at a valley situated in the Kudarapu area in Vadamarachi Point Pedro. As the public protested against the operation, those who were engaged in the racket fled the area along with the vehicles and the machinery that was used. Later, police along with the district secretary of the Murudankeni area arrived at the scene. Residents said that transporting of sand was conducted for the past few days. They have arrived at a decision saying that a license is not needed to transport sand, but to conduct sand mining, permission should be obtained from the relevant district secretariat and other authorities. A police post should be established in this area. Point Pedro police are conducting further investigations into the incident.
The Socialist Youth Union convened a media briefing in Colombo today. These are the views expressed.
Minister of Environment said permits to transport rock, sand and soil has been revoked. A massive political mafia is inside this. The quarry, which led to the loss of 4 lives in Valapane, has no restriction to it. The whole country is aware that this quarry was started with intervention of CB Ratnayaka. What is the current government going to do? I think everyone in the country knows who SM Chandrasena is. A new leader has risen to power. If you really want to protect the environment, create the right dialogue. Many intellectuals as well as organizations such as Viatmaga and Elia were behind him. If he honestly wants to serve, the first and foremost duty is to conduct a scientific research as to what sort of construction the country needs. We ask him, please think about it.
An SLPP member of the Wanathavilluwa Pradeshiya Sabha launched a fast unto death last night, opposing the garbage disposal at the Aravakalu sanitary landfill.
Ever since construction activities at the Aravakalu sanitary landfill commenced, locals in the area continuously protested against it, pointing out that the environmental and social issues that arise due to the landfill. On the 8th of October this year, an explosion in a drainage tank in the Aravakalu garbage landfill was also reported. The following are visuals of the Aravakalu landfill that we received. It was against such a backdrop where SLPP member of the Wanathavilluwa Pradeshiya Sabha, Buddhika Gihan, launched a fast unto death last night. Anyone with 2 eyes who visits this place can see the tank that processes dirty water is dysfunctional. This is polluting the area. They are developing and beautifying Colombo and the rest of Sri Lanka. But all the garbage is dumped here. I urge the President and the Prime Minister to look into this matter immediately. They have forgotten what they said. When they were in the opposition, they have ignored these matters. Things have gone from bad to worse now. At least they maintain standards then. Our correspondent said the fast that was launched by member of the Pradeshiya Sabha last evening was announced as a fast unto death this evening.
The suspect, who was arrested over the Moat Accident in Mount Lavinia yesterday, was further remanded until the 16th of this month.
Following the accident, the suspect was presented before the Mount Lavinia acting magistrate Ratna Gamage this morning, and there the suspect was ordered to be further remanded until the 16th of this month. The bus, which was plying from Kataragama to Colombo on the Gaul Road, collided with a 3-wheeler that was travelling towards Moratuwa. 2 people were travelling on the 3-wheeler, and the driver of the 3-wheeler died on the spot. The deceased was a 55-year-old resident of Laksiripura, Ratmalana. According to his relatives, driving the three-wheeler was the only method of income for him and his family, and now the family is in a destitute situation. My uncle has 3 children. He puts food on the table through the income earned by riding the three-wheeler. His family is now helpless because of this bus driver. I request all the bus drivers to please think of other people as well and drive with caution, because if everyone drive like this in the future, there is a problem as to whether how many families have to bear the brunt of such tragedies.
He is not a careless driver. I beg of everyone to be much more attentive when driving on the road. Even by a small mistake, innocent lives can be lost. The law should be enacted in a just manner.
The wife, the 18-year-old daughter and the 17-year-old son of the deceased are now bewildered and left with nothing to expect on the journey of life because an innocent life was lost on the road due to sheer negligence.
For centuries, human activity paved the path to Earth's destruction. But changing trends, mankind is embarking on a new journey. This is an attempt to revive a silenced life in the Kalpitia seabed.
Sri Lanka for many years has topped the list as one of the most attractive destinations in the world. In addition to more than 2,000 years of distinctive history, the Pearl of the Indian Ocean is endowed with numerous areas of natural scenic beauty, and the coral reefs around most parts of the island is one of the many. Owing to human activities and certain natural disasters, coral reefs are facing an untimely death. Bar Reef, the most famous and the largest coral reef in Sri Lanka, located 2 kilometers off the coast of Kalpitia, was severely impacted by the human activities and the El Nino and La Nina effect in 2016. This group is now attempting to revive the fragile coral scattered without life.
Following the coral bleaching in 1998, the coral reef on the southern coast completely died. We were then looking for a solution to restore the coral reef. We then identified a method to use cement and restore the reef underwater. The bar reef in Kalpitia is entirely lifeless. Species within the reef are no longer there. We have constructed artificial habitats and are currently in the process of restoring the coral reef.
Final rites of late parliamentarian Ranjit de Souza was held today at the Godakavala Pradeshya Sabha grounds.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa paid his last respects to the late MP Ranjit de Souza this morning. Final respects were paid to the MP and later the remains were brought to the Godakavala Pradeshya Sabha grounds this evening. Second-born child in a family of 7, Ranjit de Souza is a diploma holder in the field of agriculture. Ranjit de Souza, who stepped into the field of politics by running for the Atakalampanna Pradeshya Sabha, chaired the Sabha as the chairman and the opposition leader. He also held a ministerial position at the Sabaragamu Pradeshya Sabha and first entered parliament in 2010. Since then, late Ranjit de Souza, who represented Parliament, was an active organizer of the SLPP, which then functioned as the joint opposition. Late Ranjit de Souza is a politician who won the hearts of the majority, and he was committed to ensure the victory of Gotabaya Rajapaksa in the last presidential election. May his soul rest in peace.
It is reported that the condition of the Sri Lankan athletes participating at the 13th South Asian Games who were hospitalized due to the flu has improved.
Several Sri Lankan athletes who participated in the 13th South Asian Games were hospitalized due to flu last Friday. Director General of Sports Dhammika Muthukala, speaking to Sports First, said that 7 of them had been diagnosed with dengue. Among those are some of the athletes who managed to win 15 gold medals in South Asian Games athletics after 28 years. 3 of them are still receiving treatment at the Blue Cross Hospital in Nepal. The condition of all athletes is now in good hands. Amasha De Silva was hospitalized due to flu soon after she won a gold medal. Her situation is not critical. Moreover, the athletes and coaches allege the reason for many athletes to suffer from this condition is the surroundings of the Sukatadasa Hotel complex in Colombo, where they were boarded during the training period. They say that there is a favourable environment for mosquito breeding. I think most of them diagnosed with dengue were boarded in Colombo. That may be the cause. We inquired about the incident from the State Minister of Youth Affairs, Duminda Disanayake, who is currently in Nepal. The Ministry of Sports will intervene and conduct an inquiry on how they were diagnosed with dengue. No one wants to spread dengue on purpose. This is a very sad incident.
Champions are not eternal. Having suffered one of the biggest upsets in boxing history back in June in New York, Anthony Joshua came back and regained his titles in Saudi Arabia last night by producing a boxing masterclass against Andy Ruiz in their rematch. And that's a wrap of Primetime News. For more news, you can log on to our award-winning website, www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Zeenat Musafir. Thank you for watching News First. Good night and take care.